Who's that handsome guy? Padded Room Podcasting Hour. You found us. You downloaded us. Maybe you streamed us. I don't know what you're doing. But don't get mad at me, because you came to us, goddammit. My name is Darian. My main man, Buddy, is back.
Yeah.
What's going on, Buddy?
Not a whole lot.
Not a whole lot?
Yeah.
What? Yeah. Inconceivable. Just working your face off as usual,
yeah,
I assume.
Just working. Yeah, that's really about it. Getting ready to start up a pool league again.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah.
What's the grand prize on the pool league?
Oh, there isn't one.
No?
No.
You get a trophy at least?
No, if we can make it to playoffs, it's just maybe a couple $100.
Well, that's better than nothing.
Yeah.
If my kid's team wins the flag football Super Bowl, he gets a trophy. He gets to take his picture with the trophy. Then he has to give the trophy back to the sports dome. Because they only have one trophy.
Oh, okay.
So that's all you get. You get like 10 minutes with the trophy, and then you got to give it back to the guy.
Oh, how lame is that?
Fucking cheap asses. For what I'm paying for a flag football season, you'd think they could cough up a goddamn trophy.
It's time for some Mission Impossible.
Something. Oh, yeah, I'm going to go steal the trophy.
That's right.
Sorry, Super Bowl champion Bengals. It appears our Super Bowl trophy has been stolen. That's ridiculous, man. Cheap asses.
How about you? What's going on?
Not a fucking thing. I'm glad that our meat hook last week was horror-themed songs. Because I am parceling out my time in the ice tank. But I get in the goddamn ice tank. Dude, in the morning it feels like I'm getting into a vat of acid. It's so fucking cold.
I'm sure.
And I'm out there in my boxer shorts, too. It's like 20 degrees outside, just before I even get in the goddamn water.
Oh,
but
wow.
I'm like working my way up. I make myself sit in the fucking ice tank for a full song. I started with, I think it was Afterlife by Five Finger Death Punch. 4 minutes and 3 seconds.
Freebird next?
I'm not there yet, but I've worked my way up to Burn by The Cure off the Crow soundtrack, 6 minutes, 30 seconds.
Ooh.
That's where I'm at. I'm not quite at Freebird level. I think that's going to have to wait for the summer or something.
Yeah.
Dude, some days I get in that, and I'm like, yeah, this fucking hurts so bad. It's not even a cold sensation. It's literally like a burning, acidic kind of... I'm dissolving.
Man. I can't imagine.
Yeah, it's rough, dude. But anyway, I worked my way up to the Crow, so I got that going for me.
Oh, very cool.
We got a regular horror show to get into here, buddy. We got listener mail, horror news, a movie or two to talk about. How about some horror news there, fella?
Hell yeah.
Horror news.
What do you got there, fella?
All right, I got 5 new horror movies releasing this week.
Okay.
That's right. This week is notable for bringing 2 recent big screen releases into our homes. Ready?
I'm ready.
Jennifer's Body and the other Oscar-nominated genre favorite, less than 1 month after being released in theaters, Lisa Frankenstein.
I heard about that.
Yeah, it's now available at home. You can own or rent the film on digital starting today.
Not getting the best reviews.
No.
Not that means anything.
Maybe that's why I came to video so fast.
Probably going to have a good chance to have something to do with that, yeah.
Mm-hmm. Nominated for 11 Oscars, including Best Motion Picture, Poor Things was also released at home for digital purchase and rental today.
That one has got pretty good reviews.
Yeah?
Yeah.
They also say you can expect the Blu-ray to release on March 12th.
Okay, very cool.
A throwback to the slasher movies of the past. Camp Pleasant Lake was released by Despop Entertainment in select theaters and VOD beginning today.
Okay. Sounds good.
Yeah. And inspired by the classic Mary Shelley novel Frankenstein's Legacy. Yeah, Frankenstein's Legacy. It's a Victorian-era horror tale about the consequence of Dr. Victor Frankenstein medical journals falling into the wrong hands. So that was released today, available on VOD outlets.
That sounds interesting.
Yeah.
I'm always interested in another Frankenstein situation.
Right? Yeah. Me too. And family isn't all that it's cracked up to be in Amelia's Children, which is a supernatural horror film that will be released later this week.
Okay.
And Magnet will release the horror movie in theaters and on VOD Friday, March 1st.
All right.
That's all I got. What do you got?
Oh, I got a few things here. Are you ready? Speaking of The Crow.
Yeah.
Are you ready for the big Crow reboot that they've been tickling our penises with for the last 8.5 years?
Not really. But
What?
I'll check it out.
What do you mean not really?
Well, because of the way the last ones went, it's like, okay, now they're going to do a reboot. Let's see how this goes.
Okay, well, none of them ever happened. I mean, Jason Momoa was going to do it once. Who else? Tom Hiddleston was going to do it once. Mm-hmm. Now, Bill Skarsgård releasing this June, my friend.
Really?
Yes.
Yeah, I like Bill Skarsgård. I think he'll do pretty good.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I'm excited for it. It's just going to piss me off. I don't know. I shouldn't get my boner too lubed up just yet, right?
Because it's not Brandon Lee.
It's not, and I mean, what you need for a Crow reboot is you need that Gotham City vibe.
Yeah.
And if they try to update that somehow or make it all about, marginalized communities or some horse shit, that's really going to piss me off.
Right.
So, I don't know. I've got high hopes. I hope I'm not setting myself up for failure.
That's what I'm worried about.
I don't know if I want to be hurt again, buddy.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm ready to love another Crow. Mm-hmm. All right.
I'll still check it out, though.
Yeah, I'll wait. I don't know. I got to see what it looks like. Have you seen a movie called X?
Yes.
Have you seen the prequel, Pearl?
Pearl? Yes.
Maxine. The next installment is coming out later this year.
Okay, so that's going to be a part 2, I guess?
There will be a part 2, yes.
Yeah, all right.
Ty West is now teasing a 4th installment to the porno horror franchise.
Okay.
So I'm excited.
They're good movies.
Yeah, I loved X. Pearl, I didn't really feel like it was much of a horror movie. It's more like a crime thriller situation. Mm-hmm. So anyway, it's a storied franchise.
Very cool.
I'm excited. We still got to see Maxine.
Yeah.
Let's see what that's all about. Paranormal Activity video game.
Yes.
Releasing 2026.
Okay.
It's got some codes. Something attached to it called the Haunt Engine.
Okay.
I don't know what that means.
I don't know.
I guess you get to play as the ghost and you get to fuck with people. I would assume.
Oh, yeah, maybe.
I don't know. I don't know how that's going to work. Speaking of video games, have you ever played an Oculus Quest, the VR headset?
Yes.
It's pretty trippy, dude.
Yeah.
It'll blow you right up. Mm-hmm. Zombie Army is releasing too.
Whoa.
Have you ever played the Zombie Army games?
Yeah.
Those are serious.
Uh-huh.
It's all World War II era Nazi zombies, and it's just a swarm of them running right at your face, and you got to find a way to maneuver your little guy around it, except now they're literally going to be running right at your face.
Yeah.
Buddy.
Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah. I'm into it. I'm going to have to get it just to check it out. I got like 30 games for that stupid headset. I play too. I do my workout game, and every now and then I do my shooting gallery game.
Okay.
But every time like another game comes out like with a fucking skull on it or something, woohoo! Oh, I got the Blair Witch game.
Oh.
I can play that for about 3.5 minutes before I get nauseous.
Oh,
and then, it's a whole thing, dude.
Nice.
All right, that's all we got on the horror news there, muchacho.
All right.
How about some listener mail?
Oh, yeah.
Let's see if this fucking thing is going to work now. Probably not. Hey, we got it.
listener mail.
Yes, sir. Let's kick things off down in Sydney, Australia. Here comes our main man, Tim.
Hey, Tim.
From the Dummies of Horror, eh?
Yeah.
Subject line, woo! That's right, it's your champion walking in. Rawhead Rex did it, baby. Thank you to all for voting for me, guy. I appreciate you all, except you, Darian. You left my wife in tears. What?
Oh.
It's been a week and still no dick pics. I am sorry. I'm not done photoshopping it yet there, Tim. I like to do like a foggy background and make it look mysterious.
That's right. It'll eventually turn into tears of joy.
That's right. Probably laughter.
Yeah, laughter, yeah.
Look at this fucking thing. Still no dick pics. We expect some shortly. No pun intended. So Meat Hook, 3 worst franchises. Number 3, the Conjuring franchise. I enjoy the first 2 Conjuring films, but the third and the spin-offs suck. I rather enjoyed the third one with the, was it The Devil Made Me Do It or something like that?
Oh, yeah.
The Devil Told Me To. It's the first one that had like an actual living adversary.
Right.
That witch lady.
Mm-hmm.
I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah.
Number 2, The Exorcist. Only the original and the third are good. I would agree with that, Tim. But I would say that they are strong enough to kind of overlook the shittier ones.
Yeah.
Exorcist Believer was really fucking bad, though.
Yeah.
I don't know. I may have to reassess that. All right. Number 1, Jeepers Creepers. I like 1 and 2, but 3 and 4 really drop the ball. That's it for me. Much love to you all. Team.
Thanks, Tim.
He's not inaccurate about that. Those Jeepers Creepers 3 and 4. I guess the fourth one is technically a reboot because they tried to restart it.
Right.
It was trash.
It was.
I would say 3 is better than 4 if I had to pick one to watch. Mm-hmm. Not much, but still better. Fourth one really pissed me off. All right, enough about that. Thanks for writing in, Tim.
Thanks, Tim.
Uh-oh. Here comes a blast from the past.
Ooh.
From right here in Reno, Nevada, it's the Cowboy.
Hey, Cowboy.
Cowboy in the house, buddy.
What's up, man?
Subject line, still listening.
All right.
Evening, guys. Hope everyone is well. I'm still listening every week, but sorry I haven't been writing in. Had a lot going on with my dad. Sadly, he passed last Tuesday morning. Oh, I'm sorry to hear
sorry
that.
to hear that.
Cowboy. My dad passed away. I think your dad passed away too, didn't he?
Yeah.
Since we're on
99.
2009 for me.
Wow.
Since we're on the topic of dead dads, I don't know if that made you feel better at all or
I
not.
know.
But, hey, welcome to the club.
Yeah, join the club.
Tuesday morning, holidays sucked with the added stress mentally and financially, but glad they're over for now. I haven't been able to keep up on movies as I had to cancel most of the extra subscriptions, but I do try to catch what I can when I have time. Anyway, just wanted to pop in and let you know I was still listening and enjoying the show every week. Hope you all have a safe and good week, Cowboy.
Right on, Cowboy.
Right on, Cowboy. You just keep on keeping on, amigo.
Yeah.
We'll be right here with you. And that is all we have on the emails. I believe we have a voicemail or two.
All right.
Well, buddy, I say we start things off with our main man in Alabama. Here comes Alan.
Hey, Alan.
Firebird! Woo!
Freebird!
Added room, what's up?
What's up, Alan?
Let's see. Meat Hook, 3 franchises I hate.
Yeah, let's hear it.
Nope.
God damn it.
Gonna be Jeepers Creepers, fucking pedo movie.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I get that.
2, as much as I like the first one, they really kind of drop off. Pumpkinhead. And number 3, shit, I don't know, Wishmaster, because like the first one's good, and then the second one's not so bad, then you get to the third and fourth one, and
Sci-fi originals.
eats a big old pile of dicks.
Yes,
anyway,
sir.
Mr. Darian, are you solo, speaking of piles of dicks and eating shit and all that good stuff?
Yes.
That movie's boring as fuck.
It is rather
Hope everybody's doing good. Talk to y'all later. Bye.
Right on. Hope you're doing well, too, there, Alan. I am, in fact, solo. 120 Days of Gomorrah. Have you ever seen that one, buddy?
No.
It's touted by many to be one of the most brutal films in film history.
Ooh.
I wouldn't go that far.
Oh, okay.
I thought it was actually rather humorous. Just the weird, the silly shit that they do. So it's about this group of Nazis It's towards the end of World War II. They know the Allied forces are closing in on them, so they just round up a bunch of college-age kids and force them into this compound. And for like a month and a half, they make them do the weirdest fucking shit ever. Like one guy gets really pissed off at one of the girls, so he he drops trow and pinches a loaf on the floor, and then makes her eat it with a spoon.
Oh my goodness, that's so gross.
It's gross, but it's like, and that's like an 8-minute scene right there, buddy.
Oh, really?
Because he's so pissed off, and he's like, "I demanded respect," and then you get like 3 minutes of him literally squatting with his pants around his ankles, like mean mugging the girl while he's doing this.
Unbelievable.
Oh, it's stupid. What else here? Pumpkinhead, I agree.
Yeah.
There's so much potential there. Have you ever seen Part 2, Pumpkinhead 2?
Yeah.
It has nothing to do with anything. It's about a kid that got put in a well.
Yep.
What is that? They try to tell me that's Pumpkinhead? He turns into Pumpkinhead? All right. All right. I said good day, sir.
I said good day.
Let's see who else we got here. Here comes the man, the myth, the legend, Mr. Tom Hardy.
Hey, Tom.
Hey-yo!
Hey-yo! Padded room. How's my favorite degenerates this week?
What's up, big baby?
I do hope everyone is doing well. Hey,
I'm okay.
Let me get in real quick there. What do we got? On the educating department.
You got
this
me.
Is fucking embarrassing.
What?
I don't know Funhouse, but I know Sallow. I'm ashamed of myself. Man.
Oh, you're fine.
Fuck. Yeah, I believe that's Sallow.
Yep,
and
you got me.
I should know that. Wow, it's fucked up poop there, no doubt. Anyway, on to the what are you looking at department.
What you got?
I wasn't able to catch like some good flicks last week, so I decided I wanted to just rewatch something that I knew was going to be good and that I was going to enjoy. So sat down for a good hour and a half of Witch Trap, some good shit right there. Currently on Tubi there.
Yeah,
I guess it's awaiting its Shout Factory release.
I'm sure it's coming any
Criterion
day.
Collection, whatever the fuck they're going to do with that thing. But
Steelbook
you've
box
heard
set.
us talk about this piece of shit for long enough, man. If you haven't seen it, get on to Tubi, check it out.
It's not bad.
On the
I mean, it's bad, but
the fucking franchises that we hate.
Yeah, what do you think?
Man, I think I'm going to take some hate on this one here, but there are some franchises that you know what? Let me just get this out of the way. The third one is going to be fucking Sleepaway Camp.
Okay,
yeah,
I get that.
Yeah.
For myself, the third Sleepaway Camp, the Teenage Wasteland.
Yeah.
That was the best of the fucking Sleepaway Camp flicks. I know everybody talks about the first and how it's a classic and all that.
I mean,
man, it is, sure. It's
is
got a
what
great
it is.
twist, but it's slow as fuck, man.
It's true.
I don't know. I just can't believe that actually produced a franchise.
I get it.
People remember the second one and really enjoying it. Go watch it again. Go watch it again. I don't think you really fucking enjoyed it. That's some bad shit there.
It wasn't bad.
Yeah, the Sleepaway Camp. Number 2, most hated franchise have to be Children of the Corn.
Oh, yeah.
I saw that flick when I was little, and it freaked me the fuck out.
Me too.
Wow, it's fucking crazy.
Yeah.
And then you see the other ones, and that's bad.
It goes
bad
off the
shit
rails.
right there.
Yeah, it does.
Then I saw the Children of the Corn, I don't know, maybe 10, 15 years ago.
The
And I was
remake?
like, not really that fucking creepy or
Oh,
scary
original.
or anything like that. And then I saw it, I don't know, a couple of years ago, and I'm like, I don't even know if it's a great flick, I remember it being great, but I think it was just the time when I saw it or something.
Yeah.
They still
And
watching
then the most hated
I own
fucking
a physical
franchise,
copy.
and I know Darian's probably gonna fucking it's not a franchise. That's this.
Okay,
here we
then.
go.
GP'd, motherfucker.
Serves you right.
I hung up on him. I fucking hung up on him.
It was the other way around.
He called back, son of a bitch.
G mother.
Oh, hell yeah.
Hell yeah. I was just saying, man. I fucking the original one it's not that great anyway.
Yeah.
And I guess the remake is a little bit better.
There's been a couple now.
I don't know, man. The whole fucking thing is just a big piece of shit. And I know it's like because it went into public domain that anybody can just smack Amityville.
Oh, he's talking about Amityville now.
On a franchise or on a flick.
Okay.
It suddenly becomes part of them. But even if you're just stuck with like the original, what is it, 6 or 5, whatever the fuck,
I don't need it.
A bunch of pieces of fucking shit, man.
I don't need it.
Halfway between fucking like real movies and made for TV shit, man.
Yeah.
That's some bullshit right there. Anyway, that's all I got. Hope all is well. Love you like family. And no, it's not my thing, but I still want to get in on it. Freebird!
Freebird! Very cool. Thanks for calling in, Tom Hardy. I actually started watching Amityville in Space the other night.
The hell?
Yeah, what they do is too many people have died in the Amityville house, so federal agencies have blocked it off and they blasted the whole house right up into space. And that's where I started it. I got a good maybe 18 minutes into it.
Wow. And
then the Benadryl kicked in and I was out like a light. Huh. Okay. I was like, this will be something to talk about on the show. I can do
right.
Yeah, man, they just slapped the Amityville tag on anything. Amityville Shark, Amityville Apocalypse. Mm-hmm. Fuck off is what I say. Alan called back. Let's see if he what else he's got on his mind.
Oh.
Padded room, what's up?
What's
so
up,
I forgot I was going to tell y'all how I came to get a nail file to my teeth. So me and one of my friends, we were 9 or 10, I forget, and spent the night over at his house. We were playing the Ninja Turtles game on Nintendo.
Okay.
We got pissed at each other, got fighting. We weren't like, we were like swing, punching, kicking. I started trying to choke him with the Nintendo cord. That ripped. Then we got out into the hallway. He had butted me in the nose. My nose started bleeding.
Oh, yeah.
I got him knocked back down, and that's when he got the nail file and started working on my teeth. Like I said, there was blood all over the hallway because I ended up both of us bleeding. His mom was so pissed, and the Nintendo controller was broken.
Yeah.
But I didn't get sent home. It was basically like, y'all clean it up, and, once she calmed down, nobody was really hurt, and that's the story of how I got a file on my tooth.
Okay.
Talk to y'all later.
Jeez.
Bye.
Like backyard wrestling.
That started off with Ninja Turtles and very quickly escalated into The Purge. Very well done, Alan.
Wow.
I hope you got your teeth fixed, amigo.
Yeah, no kidding.
God. Let's get over to Anderson, Indiana. Coop Nukem in the house.
Yeah.
Hey, guys. I hope I got this one in on time.
You did, yeah.
Don't really know why I hope I got it in on time, because for the Meat Hook, you had the worst franchise, or the most hated franchise.
Yes.
So I had to
what do you think?
Consult with Alan
and
remember what Darian's rule is of a franchise. And
dude, what?
Man, I'll tell you what, I really had a hard time finding one that I hate the whole franchise.
Okay.
I feel like every franchise, most of them have
at least one.
First one I really like.
Of hope.
For the most part, and then, second one generally is okay, and then they just start to taper off, or some tank real fast.
Yeah.
So
I get it.
Man, I really couldn't pick one for the night, so I've got nothing. I suck. Anyway, you do. Have a good night.
Right on. Well, thanks for calling and letting us know that you suck, Coop. Thanks for calling anyway, dude. That is all we have on the listener mail there, right, buddy. You got anything for Alan, Cooper, Tom Hardy, Tim, or the Cowboy?
Thanks, everybody, for calling and writing in.
You guys are awesome. You knew that already, though.
Oh, yeah.
I guess it's time to get into a movie there, hot dogger.
Mm-hmm.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Orion Pictures presents Wolfen. For centuries, they have been hiding in the rubble of your cities. The concealed threat. The invisible terror.
Chris! You scared me.
They can sense the rhythm of your blood. Hear clouds pass overhead. See where you are blind. A force so deadly, it will tear the scream from your throat. Wherever you are, they are.
Somewhere in the world, every other day, a corporate executive is assassinated.
Team her up with Wilson.
There's not a trace, not a speck of metal. Nothing softer could have ripped and ravaged like this.
Is it an animal?
Well, it ain't human. Do you realize how many people disappeared without a trace? Something out there might be eating people.
Did you hear that?
Yeah! Get out of there!
What do you think it was?
You were being lured. We were being separated.
By what?
The carnivore. You got yourself some kind of meat eater. Meat eater.
What is it?
It's Wolfen. They're only animals. They might be gods. In their eyes, you are the savage. Wolfen.
It is Wolfen, buddy. This one got 6.3 stars on IMDb. From 1981, it's got an R rating, directed by Michael Wadley, written by Whitley Strieber, stars Albert Finney, Diane Vernora, and Edward James Olmos. Oh, I don't know that this is actually a werewolf movie, now that I think about it.
Yeah.
I don't think... It's kind of implied that they're werewolves, but it does not actually seem like they are.
Mm-mm.
I'm not sure. We'll leave this up to creative interpretation, I guess.
Yeah.
So we start off in New York City, buddy.
New York City.
Get a rope. Whatever happened to those commercials?
I know, right?
South Bronx, to be exact.
Mm-hmm.
Circa 1981 was just a urban wasteland.
Yeah.
A lot of like Civil War era buildings still standing around that time. But that was when the big renewal project started.
Right.
And they started finally tearing some of that shit down. In retrospect, I'm kind of wishing that they had just refurbed it because those, the history behind those buildings is still there. But a lot of them were in grave states of disrepair, condemned properties, things like that. Mm-hmm. But this was also during the rise of crack cocaine.
Yeah.
So that made the perfect place for these crack houses to pop up. Mm-hmm. Imagine, there's probably some still there. I don't
Probably. Who knows?
Yeah, who knows? But that's where we're at. We actually start off on top of the Brooklyn Bridge, where we're going to spot Edward James Olmos. Do you think he ever did he just come out of the womb and get shot in the face with rock salt?
Like he got sprayed.
What the hell happened to his face?
Man, it's a crater.
Yes, obviously. But, if my face looked like that, I look good working as a computer engineer. I am not going to try my hand at acting unless I'm looking for specifically burn victim roles.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Apparently, he worked out for him. But anyway, for the purposes of this film, we're going to assume that he's Native American instead of Mexican. He's up on top of the Brooklyn Bridge, and he's spinning around a rock thingy. I don't know what that is. It's like a sling, I guess.
Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. And then from there, we go to the big demo project there in the South Bronx where they're tearing down all these buildings. Mm-hmm. It's urban decay, dude. Right in the middle of the South Bronx is a old Catholic cathedral that's also being demoed. Looks like it's caught on fire at least half a dozen times. Because really, it's just the tower, the steps going into the main church, like a very rusted, burned out shell of a building, and that's about it, really. So as the demo's going on, we're going to cut to Predator vision buddy.
Yeah.
But not quite predator vision.
Poorly.
It's like a
vision.
weird kind of... There's like a lot of purples for some reason. And I think clearly what they're trying to show us, this is the point of view of the wolf.
Right.
So there's wolves in the South Bronx.
They call it heat vision, but it's like, that was not heat vision.
No, not really. I mean, Predator at least looks vaguely like thermal vision.
Right.
Because you could see like heat signatures. This is more like psychedelic vision. Mm-hmm. Very trippy. Whatever, it's kind of cool. And anyway, we see from this Predator vision, we see like a very low point of view as if to show us through the eyes of the wolf as it's running around through the decay of the South Bronx. Excellent. Now we're going to cut to that night. We've got a limo cruising through the South Bronx. There is a whole side story going on here that never got buttoned up.
No.
And it was very interesting. I think I'm going to read the book because I want to know what was really going on here.
Right.
Anyway, in this limo, we have Chris Vandermeer and his wife Pamela. Mm-hmm. And they are the Elon Musk and his wife of New York in 1981. Ooh, yeah, buddy. Real estate developers. And they got some things going on. Very rich, very powerful, cruising around. They decide they want to go to I think they called it like the birthplace or something like that. They had a weird name for it. It's a park. It's like a little sitting area right outside of Battery Park is what it boils down to. So they go there and they get out and their limo driver is there. He's a big guy. And we immediately cut back to Predator vision, and they're playing grab ass and chasing each other around. They did a little bit of cocaine in the limo, as they should have.
That's right.
In 1981. Yes, let's get it. They get out. They're playing grab ass, chasing each other around. Predator vision kicks in. First, the limo driver gets kind of separated, and then whatever it is, like, attacks him and rips his hand off as he was reaching for his gun and tears his throat open. Mm-hmm. And then it goes after Craig. Basically, it kills all three of them.
Yeah.
Very cool, very Predator-style cat and mouse game going on. Mm-hmm. Okay, that's good, I guess. So it's some kind of a werewolf or a wolf or something, some kind of feral thing. Now we cut to the next day after the bodies are found. This is something we don't see anymore, and it's kind of weird. But you have to remember the story takes place in 1981. So we have a cop, guy by the name of Dewey Wilson, detective, stud detective, I guess, but for whatever reason is presently suspended from the force.
Yeah.
He doesn't seem to mind. He actually seems to be enjoying his time off. Goes to the grocery store, gets his groceries. As he's leaving, the grocery store guy says, "Hey, the captain's looking for you." So the captain knows to call the grocery store that he goes to. Interesting.
Yeah.
This is before cell phone, so all right. So Dewey's like, shit. So he goes outside, uses a payphone, and calls the captain. And he's like, "Hey, what's your problem?" And he's like, "I got 3 bodies down in Battery Park. You need to get over here." And he's like, "How am I going to do that?" He says, "Fly." Now, I don't know where the helicopter came from or how Dewey managed to get himself on the helicopter, but him and his bag of groceries boarded a helicopter to Battery Park.
I know.
I was wondering how long he was going to carry the groceries around. Because there's like a good hour of this movie where he's got that sack of groceries and he's just walking around solving cases with his bag of groceries.
Yeah.
Go home.
Right?
Put them in the fridge. That shit's going to go bad.
Yeah. Leave the groceries on the helicopter.
Just something. Have somebody run them back to your place.
Yeah.
I don't know, man. Anyway, somehow manages to commandeer a helicopter, gets to Battery Park, gets to the crime scene. We're going to meet Dewey's friend, a guy by the name of Whittington, played by Gregory Hines. Now, Whittington wasn't a cop. I want to say he might have worked for the coroner's office, or he might have been part of a CSI type of thing. He had access to all the cop files and all that stuff. So, Anyway, Gregory Hines, circa 1981.
I know, that was crazy.
Beautiful afro on him. And
Yeah.
the earring, he looked like he jumped right out of a American Bandstand
Yeah.
special.
I saw him, I'm like, was he going to dance in this show?
He fucking better. He goddamn better. I want to see some tap dancing.
That's right.
Anyway, he plays the coroner, I guess. He gets there. He knows Dewey. Hey, how's it going? It's good. Look at these dead guys. Oh, shit, it's the Vandermeers. We got a real problem. Now the mayor is coming through because he needs this crime solved immediately. So Dewey's like, all right, well, first off, let's get an autopsy going. That's where Whittington comes in. And then we'll start talking to other people. Now, apparently, in New York, the NYPD has like a war room situation.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. I don't know anything about police procedures, especially NYPD in 1981.
Right.
But it's very strange that it is literally a war room. There's like TVs all over the place, a bunch of cops like monitoring phones, working on computers. It's very dark in there. And then, of course, Dewey and the captain and the commissioner come in and they're like, okay, here's what we got. We got to look over here and check this out and check all this stuff out. So they start running down the leads while Whittington is working on the autopsy. The first lead takes them to a terrorist faction, buddy.
Right.
A group of eco-terrorists. Woo! We're going international on the Vandermeers.
Yeah.
I mean, it makes sense, I guess. I don't know where the connection would be, but a group calling themselves the Red Faction.
Red Faction. There's a video game called Red Faction.
There is.
Back in the day.
They operate out of, I guess, Germany, and they have little sleeper cells everywhere. So we round one of them up, bring them in for questioning, and from what they say, okay, so apparently they have like a room, or at least they did in 1981, like the entire room is one giant lie detector, somehow. The temperature readings, voice modulation things, all kinds of weird shit.
Yeah. It's like they're trying to go for futuristic in a way.
Yeah.
Like, this is a futuristic 81.
That's always the funniest to me. Like, when, you know...
We have all this technology.
In the year 1999. 1999, we still had payphones.
Right.
What
are those?
Anyway, they bring her in, they question her. She kind of half-ass tries to take credit for the Vandermeer slangs, but they're like, no, you're lying, you don't know anything, so they let her go. But now, because this terrorist angle is being kind of explored, we have to bring in an anti-terrorist expert, and this is where, naturally, the token hot chick shows up.
Yeah.
Becky Voss is the name of the character. She works for some government anti-terrorist agency, and she is now being paired with Dewey Wilson as his partner in this investigation. She is way too young, and he is way too old.
Right.
But they are going to have sex.
Yeah.
And I do not understand... for the life of me.
No.
Why or how or what purpose that served.
I have no idea. I was like, no way.
He could be her grandfather.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, but
she probably made a lot of money on that scene.
I don't think it was actually her in the sex scene.
You don't think so?
No, because when we get to it's a 1981 sex montage, which is like a bra being unsnapped, cut to like a shirt coming off, but from behind. You know, there's no nudity in this.
Right.
And then like somebody laying on top of somebody else, and then them like rolling over the other way. You know, so it's.
Yeah.
I'm hoping they use stunt bodies for that.
Oh my gosh.
We'll get to that in a second. It's very. I knew it. I knew that was going to happen. Anyway, they're working together. They're running down leads. They go to Whittington's lab where we get the autopsy results. He says, hey, it was an animal attack of some kind.
Right.
I don't know what kind because these teeth are way too big to be like a stray dog or anything. And we got a bunch of hair. I can't figure out where the hair came from. It's not from a dog. So I don't know. So their next move is to go down to the Bronx Zoo and talk to the canine expert there.
Yeah.
Guy by the name of Professor Ferguson.
Makes sense.
Fergie, as he's called.
I know Fergie.
Yeah, I would hate that. Played by Tom Noonan. You recognize this dude?
Yeah.
Last Action Hero.
Yes. The main bad guy in it.
Yes. The fucking House of the Devil. He was in The Roost for about 6 minutes. Mm-hmm. He's got some horror cred. Anyway, he's like, oh yeah, this is what did he say? Canine lingus or something like that.
Yeah.
He's got like the Latin name for it. He's like, it's a fucking wolf. It came out of a wolf, man.
Canalingus.
It's definitely canalingus. So hot. He's like, yeah, but, there's like 850 different subspecies of wolves. You got your timber wolves, your Arctic wolves, dire wolves. I can't place the hair on these. Some other new kind of wolf, maybe. But there's no way this wolf would be here in the city because, it's a city and wolves like the forest. So there's no way. But he's all hot and bothered by it. He's like, I got to find it. I got to know what's going on. All right. So while that's going on, they decide to run down some other... The terrorist angle is kind of a dead end.
Yeah.
So they decide to run down some other leads that they might have. Possible, like, Native American groups.
Yeah.
There's like a... not necessarily... There's like a... Not a gang, per se, but there's like a club. There's like a bar. There was a Native American bar where all the local natives like seem to hang out, and naturally some of those dudes are a bit on the unscrupulous side. Mm-hmm. So we go down there. Now we're looking for one guy in particular. It's Edward James Olmos. He plays a guy by the name of Eddie Holt, and he's got a little bit of a record. Mm-hmm. So like, well, let's go talk to Eddie. He's a bit of a loser and a lowlife.
Right.
So they go to the bar trying to find Eddie. Turns out he works for some kind of an iron company refurbishing the bridges. So that explains why he was standing on top of the Brooklyn Bridge at the beginning.
Right.
So they go down to the bridge where he's working. They go up. Wilson has to go up there and like clamp himself in. He's terrified of heights.
Oh yeah.
He gets up there and he starts talking to Holt, and he's like, "Hey, man, what have you been up to?" And he's like, "Nothing, man. I'm staying clean. I drink a little bit, but I'm not doing anything bad." And he's like, "Okay, well, what do you know about the Vandermeer killings?" He's like, "Oh, I'm still in good shape. I can shapeshift and stuff." But it's like, "What?" He's like, "Yeah, just jump off this bridge, I turn into an eagle and fly away. You can do it too if you want to." He's like,
I know, it's so weird.
No, but then he like walks around the other side of the bridge and kind of vanishes for a second. Mm-hmm. So it's we're keeping our left foot in reality. So Wilson is like, "Okay, you fucker," but he's terrified of heights, so he just goes down and kind of leaves it at that. But he is kind of intrigued at this new shape-shifting angle. Like maybe this guy's some kind of a nutsack. Mm-hmm. So he decides that night he's going to follow Holt. And I'm not just sure what the fuck happened here, buddy. But it was a little wacky. And I saw a lot more penis than I wanted to see.
I know. He's all putting on a show.
Was that what he was doing?
Yeah. So, okay. So, you know how the two Indians like went off one way and then he went solo?
Yeah.
They gave him something to put under
in his mouth.
Yeah, so he'd foam out the mouth.
Oh, that's what it was.
Yeah, he knew he was being followed. So this was an entire show just for that for that guy.
Okay. I'm happy to act a fool. I'm going to do it. I'm going to at least keep my trousers on. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So just like Buddy said, he's following Holt around. He's not being very conspicuous, clearly. Him and Holt and his Indian buddy stop, and the old guy puts something in his mouth, and then Holt walks off by himself, and Dewey follows him to the shores of the Hudson, where he takes off all of his clothes and acts a damn fool, like running up and down the beach and howling like an idiot.
Yeah, he was supposed to act like he was turning into a wolf. That was the whole...
clearly.
Yeah.
He's got, I think he had Dewey fooled for a second.
Yeah.
Dewey's like, "Get the fuck out of here." And then Holt starts kind of like chasing and dancing after him in a weird way.
I know.
And then finally he's like, "Hey, you're an idiot."
Yeah, spit out his thing that was in his lip.
Yeah, he's like, Don't believe everything you hear, you moron. I assume he puts his clothes on and walks away.
I would hope so.
What was the point of that exactly?
I don't know. It's like, who is the bigger fool on that
one? You're naked with foam coming out of your mouth.
And then you're stupid for believing that I was turning into a wolf.
You're the one laughing at me?
Yeah.
All right. Just for that, I'm running off with your pants.
Mm-hmm.
Have fun catching a taxi with that.
I know.
All right. So that's interesting. Now we're going to cut back to the big demolition project where all the buildings are being torn down. The church is still standing. They're slowly tearing down the surrounding buildings, which appear to be 4 to 5 story tenement houses that are all abandoned and condemned. As that's happening, see, now this is the part that I don't get. So they go back to the Battery Park where they found the dead bodies, and there's like a bunch of weird like devil and wolf imagery going on, and they find the severed hand of the limo driver, and he had like a pentagram ring on.
Right.
So they're pointing us to some weird cabal of something,
some type of
cult maybe.
Yeah.
And then one of the crackheads before the cops got to the bodies, took a necklace off of Vandermeer. It was like a pentagram with an eyeball in it.
Right.
So we're never going to get to the bottom of that.
No.
We're just going to, it's fun and interesting, I guess.
Yeah.
Anyway, the crackhead with the necklace takes it to another crackhead and gives it to him for 2 weird black pills, which I assume was some other kind of fun drug. He's like, yeah, give me some. So he gives him the necklace, he gives him the pills, he takes the pills, and then starts walking off into the condemned buildings again. Predator vision. And this thing like chases him around. He's all spun out on drugs, so he doesn't know what the fuck is going on.
Yeah.
And then it kills him. It rips his throat out and leaves his body there in the wreckage of the jacked off buildings. So the next day, the construction resumes and immediately has to stop because they find the dead body. It looked to me like they found 4 or 5 dead bodies.
I know.
Because that first dead body didn't look anything like the crackhead that we just saw. And then there was like a random hand sticking out here and a foot over there. We got all kinds of dead folks. So construction, or demolition, more to the point, has come screeching to a halt on this project until all these dead guys get the fuck out of here so we can get back to work, buddy. All right, that's interesting. So now, what's his name? Dewey is like, okay, there's got to be something to this. So the Indians basically made asses out of themselves. That was fun, but didn't really get me anywhere.
I know.
Let me go back up to the old Vandermeer office and see if maybe I can spot something in his office, see what's going on there. We get up there and we find out that what's happening is the Vandermeers have purchased that entire neighborhood in the South Bronx.
Right.
They're the ones financing all the demolition. And he's got one of those really cool fucking scale models of the big high-rise buildings that he's going to build where that neighborhood is. So, okay, that's cool. You know, little nice. Gentrification is good for you. So that's the plan, but now we still got to figure out why all these people are getting killed by this random animal. So using like a map of the city and working with Ferguson and Whittington, he kind of triangulates where these bodies are popping up and like the epicenter of where it is.
Right.
This is when Ferguson, Tom Noonan, the zoologist, decides he's going to get to the bottom of this on his own. So why did everybody in New York in the 80s dress like a homeless person? Did you notice that?
Yeah.
Like he's a professor of zoology. He's wearing like a sweatshirt with the arms cut off. Looks like he hasn't showered in a couple of days. Was that hot at some point? I want to look like I smell like the bottom of a dumpster.
Right.
That's the look I'm going to cultivate. That's going to get me laid.
Right.
Get the fuck out of here. I don't know, whatever. Anyway, he's like, oh yeah, I'm at the zoo, and he starts hearing howling and like fucking like paw tracks going on outside of his office. Now we cut back to Predator vision. Something is outside of Fergie's office, and he's like, oh, I'm going to come out there and see you. So he hops on his moped and starts tooling around the zoo. And then he goes, I think he went into Central Park, into one of the little bridges there.
Yeah.
And that's where Predator Vision pops out and kills Ferguson.
Yeah, it's like he had an idea they were there, so he went to check on it.
Yeah. Like, oh, God, I'm going to get a werewolf?
Yeah. Oh, shit, there's more.
Oh, hey. I'm just wanting to get bit, really. You just bite me and then let me go.
A little scratch, you know?
Yeah, I just want to say I got bit by a werewolf.
Yeah. Something cool, please. I want a story.
Yeah, maybe on the foot. Don't do any damage, Joe. I still got to walk.
That's right.
So now Ferguson's dead, unfortunately. And now we got to get back to figuring this out. So Whittington and Dewey kind of put it together that like the epicenter of this is the church that in that South Bronx neighborhood. So Voss and Dewey go down there in the daylight to check it out. They start tooling around in the church. She thinks she hears a baby crying. So she's like, come on, we got to go inside and check it out. And he's like, I don't want to go in there.
Yeah.
They go inside and Dewey sees, like she's headed up the tower and Dewey sees something. I don't know what he saw because I didn't see it.
Yeah, I didn't see anything either.
But he tackles her and they both come tumbling down the stairs. How nobody got a broken neck out of that little engagement, I have no idea. And why she didn't kick the shit out of him for doing that afterward, that's a whole other thing. Anyway,
he was making a move.
Pretty aggressive. Yeah. I like to woo a young lady by throwing her down 3 stories of stairs.
That's right.
Oh, that gets the panties real wet.
That's right.
Anyways, he's like, what did you see? I don't know, but there was something up there staring at you. I think it was baiting you to come up. Oh, I don't know. So now we got an idea of where whatever it is coming from. So Dewey is like, okay, the fucking Native American guys made fun of me, and that's fine, but they still know something. So he goes to the Native American bar, where he's the only white guy in there, and everybody's giving him the evil eye as soon as he walks in, and sits down and talks to Holt and the rest of his posse, and they give him some very vague answers. Basically, they're like, yeah, there is something there. It's called the Wolfen. It's like a hunter spirit that predates time, and when nature was in balance, there was hunters and there was prey, but then people came in and removed the hunting ground, so now the only prey, now they're not hunters, they're more of scavengers, and they kill like crackheads and people that nobody cares about, so now you're fucking up their hunting ground again with all this construction going on, and they're trying to protect their hunting ground. So I think Dewey wasn't really buying it, but the logic was there. Like, yeah, there's all these people that are getting killed are mostly crackheads, and the Vandermeers, of course, but they're the ones responsible for fucking up all the hunting grounds. So, yeah, I guess it does kind of make sense. So now he gets the big idea that we got to kill these fucking things. Him and Whittington go up to the neighboring buildings' roofs, or like the 3rd or 4th floor, with sniper rifles at night. Genius. Yeah. And they're waiting for the Wolfen to come out of the church. And they're talking to each other on radios, like from, the opposite building.
A little stakeout.
Yeah. Except about 10 minutes into the big stakeout, Dewey's like, well, I'm going inside. So he comes out of his sniper nest and goes walking right into the church.
Brilliant.
Yeah, and in the meantime, Whittington is up on the top floor, has not shut the fuck up. He's like telling jokes and eating potato chips and doing anything he possibly can to give away his position.
Yeah.
So there's that. Dewey is in the church. He's like, oh, I'm going to get you in here, you son of a bitch. And then, of course, this is where we actually get to see the wolf pop out from the rafters behind Whittington, and then it kills him too, unfortunately. So now that we know that these things are in fact wolves, are they werewolves, do you think?
They're swearwolves.
Swearwolves. Get out. You're on suspension.
To me, they're just like wolves on, like rabid wolves.
Yeah, I guess, but there's like a supernatural element that we'll get into here in a second.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's. I was hoping for a transformation. I like where we're going with the movie. I just wish that they were werewolves and not these spirit things or whatever. It's just me. Yeah. Anyway, so that's pretty gnarly. Whittington's dead. Dewey is all pissed off. He can hear Whittington being chewed up via the radio. Mm-hmm. So he goes running out of the church, running up to where Whittington is, finds his dead body, of course, sees the wolf there. He's like, I'm going to shoot. So he starts shooting with his... Apparently, he's got like a semi-auto sniper rifle.
Yeah.
Because he's just bang, 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 bang. It's not how sniper rifles work, by the way, but that's fine. Whatever. Did you see the scopes on those things?
My gosh, yeah.
Wow. Those things were like baseball bats, buddy.
I know, they were huge.
Wow.
It's like, what is that, an extra arm on there?
That's what it looks like.
Yeah.
You could make a movie with that thing.
They did.
So, Whittington's dead, and now, all of a sudden, this part is kind of silly, because all of a sudden, he's like, it's going after Becky. So he goes hauling ass over to Becky's apartment. Mm-hmm. Becky's already up because she thinks she's like hearing sounds inside her apartment. And what we have to assume here is that the Wolfen got Becky's scent when she tried to go up the stairs.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Wolf scent. I'll buy that.
Mm-hmm.
So Dewey gets there first, but Becky thinks it's inside the apartment. So he's like, we got to lock all these doors. And so they lock the doors. They kill the lights. And then they end up having sex. Yuck.
Yeah.
I'm sure at some point Albert Finney was an attractive man.
I don't know.
I mean, I can't say for sure, but I can say that circa 1981, he looked an awful lot like my dad. My dad's been dead since 2009. I'm the only one that can make that joke, buddy. It's you know what? So this is one of the problems I have with movies made in this era. They all have to have two people fall in love.
Yeah.
And probably have sex.
Mm-hmm.
Why? Why is that necessary? I don't know, but it happened in every single horror movie. Mm-hmm. Young lady who is assigned to the whatever or moves into the whatever meets the guy who's there and he knows a little bit more about whatever, and he's going to protect her, and in the end, at some point, they're going to end up sticking it in. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's how it had to go down. I don't know.
Yeah.
Anyway, they have sex, and the Wolfen doesn't attack. I guess that Wolfen don't like people having sex, so it fucks off for the night. The next day, they're like, okay, we got to get to the fucking bottom of this. It's got to have something to do with Vandermeer. The hunting ground thing, he tells her all about it. It kind of makes sense in a weird folklore kind of a way. So they go back up to Vandermeer's office, and this is when they get the full-on ambush by the Wolfen. Mm-hmm. There's like 6 or 8 of these things.
Yeah.
They get surrounded. I'm not sure what happened here, because this didn't make a lot of sense. The Wolfen surround him in Vandermeer's office. It's looking like everybody's going to get killed by the Wolfen, but then Dewey smashes the scale replica.
Yeah.
And then all the wolves just kind of disappear.
Mm-hmm. I guess that's their way of saying we don't want that built.
Okay.
And then, thank you.
Okay, but just smashing the replica doesn't really do much.
No.
There's still, property paperwork to file. People are going to have to get laid off.
Maybe that was going to be part 2.
I don't know, man. So that's pretty much your movie right there.
Yeah.
What'd you think?
Not my thing.
Not your jam?
No, I gave it like a 4.
I liked it. I just wish that we could have seen like
a werewolf.
Yeah. I'm not too into the spirit wolf situation. If they didn't all disappear like that, like they literally like poofed.
Yeah, they vanished.
Out.
Yeah.
I don't know about that part, man. That part seemed a little silly. So maybe they didn't have the effects budget for a decent werewolf transformation. That's fine. You don't have to show it. You could just imply it, Mm-hmm. Instead of having Edward James Olmos run around like a lunatic with his dick out.
I know. I was expecting a transformation. I'm like, oh, no, that was so stupid. It was one hell of a show.
It was. He put some cardio into that.
Yeah, he did.
It's not. I say it's not bad. I love gritty, funky, early '80s New York, the wasteland of it. This is probably more of a hard-boiled cop drama than anything else. I say check it out. Buddy says no.
No.
All right, fair enough. Let's take us a little break there, Monsignor.
Yeah.
Save your prayers.
inmates. If you like what you hear, head over to the Padded Room Facebook group and support us through the Patreon link with a small monthly donation. Check out the T-Villain link at paddedroom.podbean.com and grab some t-shirts. Thanks for listening and enjoy the rest of the show.
And we are back, buddy.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. I wouldn't mind being a werewolf. I don't know, though. I feel like the transformation always looks like it hurts.
It hurts, yeah.
Real bad. But other than that...
But then some of those that you watch, they're like, it only hurts for like the first couple times, and then you get used to it and it doesn't hurt so much. It's like, it still looks like it hurts.
Have you ever seen a movie called Blood and Chocolate?
No.
Oh. Eurotrash werewolves.
Okay.
And when they transform, it's just a flash of light. And there's no in-between either. They go human or wolf.
Oh, just like poof.
Yeah, and then they're wolves.
That'd be nice.
I know, man. I want to be the one in the middle, you know? I want like a Jack Nicholson stage, and then I want like a Eddie Quist from the Howling stage.
Oh, yeah.
And then I want the regular wolf stage. Mm-hmm. I want to vary. I want to go up and down. And where do I feel like tonight? Am I a Jack Nicholson type, or
that's true? Yes.
Am I just a stinky guy?
I thought you meant if you had to do the transformation from one to the other.
No, dude. I want to taper it off a little bit. Flash of light. Get the fuck out of here, cheap ass. God. Clearly, you don't want to spend any money on special effects here. That's fine. I tell you what, buddy. I think it's time for 3 on a meat hook.
Yeah.
Three on a meat hook.
This week's meat hook: movies set in the Big Apple. Now, I know it seems like a very select group of movies, but there are actually quite a few horror films that take place in NYC. Mm-hmm. Hit me with number 3 when you're ready, amigo.
Number 3, Jacob's Ladder.
Yeah. That's a good one. Mm-hmm. Did you ever get around to the remake?
No.
I heard it was terrible.
Yeah, I did too, and therefore I have not seen it.
I think I started it once, but just kind of lost interest.
Yeah.
It's too bad. Some movies I just don't think need to be remade.
No.
You know? What do you how
it just needs to be done right.
I guess so. I mean, if done correctly, perhaps. Mm-hmm. But there is room for improvement, like with the special effects and the weirdo psychedelic head spin things that happen. Mm-hmm. I don't know. They, from what I gather, they just didn't do it justice.
Yeah.
My number 3, a little film from the early 80s called Maniac.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, buddy.
Wow.
That is a dirty, filthy, raunchy, stinky fucking movie right there, man.
Yeah.
It is nasty. Speaking of unattractive actors,
yeah.
Joe Spinell.
Oh, my God.
Who the hell gave him permission to come out of the closet?
Right?
He needs to get back in there. He was a great actor, though, and he was unfortunately kind of typecast as the big, brute psycho killer. Mm-hmm. But he made quite the career out of it.
Yeah.
Now, speaking of movies and remakes, have you seen the Maniac remake?
No.
Dude! Elijah Wood.
Really?
As the Maniac. Yeah, dude. No, it's made by, who is it? Alexandra Aja.
Oh, okay.
And the entire thing is through the eyes of the Maniac.
Wow.
Yeah, like the only Elijah Wood plays the titular Maniac. Mm-hmm. The only time you ever actually get to see him is when he walks by a mirror.
Wow.
It's bananas, dude.
That's
it
crazy.
is bananas.
Huh.
Yeah, it's definitely worth checking.
He's a good actor.
He's amazing.
Yeah, I like the Horns that he was
Horns? No, that was Daniel Radcliffe.
Oh, yeah, that was Radcliffe. Yeah.
Yeah, but Elijah Wood's great. Mm-hmm. Radcliffe's pretty good, too, when he comes out of Harry Potter land.
Right.
You know? Right on. How about number 2, big guy?
Number 2, Rosemary's Baby.
Okay. I don't care for that. I don't care for that movie. Here's the problem I have with Rosemary's Baby. Don't answer the fucking door. It solves your problem.
Yeah,
it's the nosy fucking neighbors again. Mm-hmm. They're going to try to make me drink their goddamn herbal shake, which I never asked for to begin with.
Right.
I'm not home. Problem solved. Movie's over.
Okay.
You know? I never, for the life, I get it. Jason loves it, and he will break down the nuances and tell me about the building of tension and the awkwardness and all that.
Mm-hmm.
On every side of this house, except for that one, senior citizens. They love my kids. They come and bring them shit all the time. Mm-hmm. Sometimes I just don't fucking feel like dealing with them. I love them to death, and if they actually needed something, I'd be there to help.
Yeah.
But I just, sometimes I'm not in the mood for small talk, and my kids don't need another candy bar. So when they come to the door, I sit quietly next to it and wait for them, looking out of the peephole, and wait for them to leave. And that solves my problem, buddy. And that easily would have solved Rosemary's problem also. All right, enough about me. My number 2 is a movie that I recently discovered. It's actually the first film ever made by Larry Fessenden. A movie called Habit. Have you seen it?
Oh, yeah.
That is a hell of a movie.
Yeah, that's a good movie.
Very New York-centric.
Yes.
Very much like also, I think this one was made like 91, 92-ish.
Mm-hmm.
Very, as New York was coming up out of the grit and the grime. Mm-hmm. Deep in the art community there. You have Larry Fessenden playing a stammering alcoholic who has somehow caught the eye of a very attractive possible vampire.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he doesn't know she's a vampire. We do, because we noticed that she didn't go inside his apartment until he invited her. Mm-hmm. And she also never shows up until the sun goes down. And she is also way too hot to be messing around with an alcoholic degenerate like Larry Fessenden.
Yeah.
Hell of a movie. Even at the end, the thing I love the most about it is it's never implicitly stated that she is a vampire. And even at the end, you still don't know for sure, because it just could be him and his alcoholic delusions.
Oh, yeah.
So it kind of leaves you open to interpret her as a vampire or just a chick that is really mad at her father and now wants to hook up with losers. Mm-hmm. So there's that. How about number 1?
American Psycho.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm. That's a good one. I wish I would have thought of that. Shit.
Yeah.
That movie is highly quotable.
Yes.
I feel like, to me, it's more of a comedy.
Yeah.
Just the
horror comedy.
Yeah, just the over-the-topness of Christian Bale
yeah.
in that his constant monologuing. I wash my face with an apricot scrub because I am simply not human, but I want to appear human.
Yeah.
Okay there, fella. Take it easy. Great show. I hear the book is really, really deranged.
Oh, I bet.
It goes into some very violent, borderline homosexual stuff.
Whoa.
Yeah. I don't know. I never read it, but that's what I heard. My number 1 is Maniac Cop 2.
Oh, interesting.
I went with the second one instead of the first one. I like the second one better just because that's where Matthew Cordell goes full undead. In the first one, he's still alive,
right.
And he's kind of out for revenge and all that stuff, but he gets killed at the end. Mm-hmm. And then at the start of the second one, he pops back up and kills Bruce Campbell.
Right.
So now you have, this is like the Friday the 13th Part 6 of the Maniac Cop franchise,
right.
Which isn't technically a franchise because there's only 3 movies, buddy.
Oh, okay.
You understand that? There's only 3 of them, not a franchise. It's a trilogy.
Uh-huh.
Yes, sir. That's your meat hook for the weekend, mates. Movies set in New York or New York City. Let us know. Area mental health hotline is area code 775-387-0275. Or get us on the old email. Just go to paddedroompodcast.com, hit the contact us link. Let us know. Or we actually have a meat hook thing right there, a little tab. You can just go over there and see what we got going on there.
Yeah.
In the meantime, I think it's time for a little what are you looking at, my friend?
What are you looking at?
How about Mary, Mary, Bloody Mary from 1975, buddy?
Ooh.
Ever heard of it?
No.
Don't bother.
Okay.
Watched it at work while I was waiting on an armored truck to show up. They were an hour and a half late, by the way. So there I was. Low budget as shit. But you have a young lady with some kind of a genetic disease that makes her basically crave blood. So she becomes a kind of a serial killer type. But because the movie was made in 1975, she had to fall in love in the middle of the movie.
Of course.
And then the conundrum of, do I kill him or do I keep him around? And then her father shows up.
Oh, jeez.
It's a whole ass thing. Not very good. Low budget as fuck all. Watched that, and I also watched House on the Edge of the Park from 1980.
It sounds good.
It's not bad. Starring David Hess. I get what we're doing here. So we have a house party, and the people throwing the house party have made the unfortunate decision to invite a couple of rapists, seemingly unknowns to them. I'm going to go ahead and spoil this for you.
Okay.
So the rapists killed one of their friends, and this whole house party was an elaborate trap to get them to the house so that they could then kill the rapists. Fair enough. Here's the problem. I set this elaborate trap for you. Mm-hmm. I get you to my house. Now I'm going to let you beat the living piss out of me, rape my girlfriend, and the neighbor girl, and a couple other chicks that happen to be there, and then I'm going to kill you.
Oh.
So I get at the end they kind of we need to make it look like they came in here and really put it on us.
Right.
So that's why they let them do all that shit. But I guess they were toying with him the whole time, just waiting for the right opportunity to get to the gun and blow them both away.
Oh, jeez.
But the rape is, I don't know. I mean, it seemed very much. I guess the whole premise is pretty silly, because really, once you get them to the house, you can kill them any way you want. And then just kind of kick over a bunch of furniture and be like, oh, they attacked us.
Right.
And then the police will, of course, those are the rapists we've been looking for. Perfect. So I feel like maybe they, while they were set on revenge, they thought they would try some sexual experimentation.
Must have. Yeah.
So try out a little rough trade before we blow these young men away.
Okay.
That's all I'm looking at, buddy. What do you got?
Not really much of horror, just... Remember the Squid Game?
Yeah.
The whole series?
Yeah.
Well, the reality show version of it.
Oh, good Lord.
Yeah. It's actually pretty good.
Yeah?
Yeah, they stuck with the actual show pretty well, so
okay.
It was pretty good.
Where do you find that at?
Netflix.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
What's it called?
Squid Game, and then it's Squid Game Reality.
Squid Game Reality.
Yeah.
All right. I'm interested. I'm going to have to check that out.
Yeah.
That's all we're looking at, inmates. How about a little immersion therapy?
Mm-hmm.
Immersion therapy.
Freaky from 2020, buddy.
Yeah.
That's a pretty good show.
It was pretty good, yeah.
Me and the wife watched it. We got some chuckles out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Really, anything with Vince Vaughn is going to be good.
Yeah.
He could, dude, have you seen True Detective Season 2?
No, I'm on the first season.
He plays a mob boss and like a real bad motherfucker, too. No humor, just kicking people's asses and pulling their teeth out and stuff. Yeah. It's it doesn't work out for him in the end, but still pretty bad bitch in that one. It's a good show. It's light on the horror, heavy on the comedy. I mean, you got Vince Vaughn playing a 16-year-old girl. So, that the comedy's going to ensue.
Yeah.
And the girl as the killer, I got more. I thought she was
Yeah, she nailed it.
Pretty good,
Yeah.
actually. Right on, man. We caught that one on Peacock, I believe. Yes. If anybody's interested, go over there and check it out. It's called Freaky. What do you got for us this week there, buddy?
All right, this week, let's check out 2019's Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. This is set in 1968. The night of Halloween brings mayhem in a small town when a group of friends discovers a notebook written by a mysterious girl that foretells terrifying events.
Very cool, inmates. Check that shit out.
Yeah,
we'll do the same.
You'll find this gem on Netflix.
Let's do it. But now it is time to educate me.
Educating Miss Monica.
Ooh.
Buddy, I've been just such a naughty little boy.
I thought we were going to talk about this.
I found a comic book, and I'm going to read it, and it's going to give me nightmares, and my dad's going to come up here and slap me, throw my comic book away. Oh, shit, man. Well, it's a good thing. There's a zombie coming out of the ground. There's green shit growing all over the place. I got things living under the stairs. I got all kinds of fucking problems. And in the morning, I'm going to go dig the goddamn comic book out of the garbage and find the item that I ordered from the back and wreak havoc on my dad for being such a prick. Who might I be, you ask? Tune in next week, and I'll drop some knowledge on you, inmates. I'm not going to run you through last week's clues again, because, to be honest with you, I felt kind of dirty. I was, however, Solo, 120 Days of Gomorrah. It's a stupid movie. It was brutal for its time, but watching it now. So the thing about it is that like there's these weird little interludes where one of the Nazi ladies just gets up and tells everybody sex stories.
Mm-hmm.
It's not hot. It's kind of gross because she's late 50s, I would say.
Uh-oh.
And she's talking about sucking dicks and loads that got blown on her and stuff like that. But it every time she does this, it grinds the movie to a halt while all the college kids and the Nazis sit around and listen to her talk about the time she stuck a fucking bowling ball in her pussy or whatever. I don't know, dude. It's something you should probably see at some point just to check it off the list.
Why not?
I got a physical copy over there if you want to check it out. Other than that, inmates, I think that's about it for us. Thank you very much for joining us this week. Join us next week for Pie Wacket, kicking off Witch Month here in the Padded Room.
Yeah.
Month of March is going to be all about witches, bitches, and stitches. Not necessarily in that order, though. Like, comment, subscribe, of course, wherever you found this show. That helps our visibility quite a bit. We do have a Patreon campaign running if anybody's interested. Head on over to paddedroompodcast.com and hit the Patreon link. It'll take you exactly where you need to be. Show you all the prize tiers and all that fun stuff. In the meantime, buddy, you got anything else on the week?
No.
Me neither. For Jason and Absentia, witches, maniac cops, dirty, funky, filthy New York City in the early 80s, the crackheads that are still probably buried underneath it, and the Padded Room Podcast, I'm afraid visiting hours are over.
Bye, and have a great week.